During this tutorial video, if you don't understand something, you can just rewind the video to repeat the particular session. I'm going to open Microsoft Excel here. Okay. Excel is a program that people use to create a spreadsheet. In Excel spreadsheet, you can input the necessary information, and Excel will modify numbers and then calculate the result accurately and quickly. Now, I'm going to explain to you about the Excel view right here. This part, we have the ribbon. Then this is a quick access toolbar. You can add to this toolbar by clicking on this arrow. Then this box right here is in the name box. You see right now I'm in cell 1A, A1, so if I move this, this will change. This is the name box. And this one is the active cell. And this box, they call this formula bar. Whatever you want to type here is going to appear on this bar. And this is the title bar. When you save your work, the name of your file going to appear here. Now, the work you do in Excel is performed in a workbook file. The workbook is like a notebook. Inside the notebook, you have different sheets. Each sheet is called a worksheet. We can have as many as worksheet we want on a workbook. And like here, if you can see on the bottom, it says sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. And you can, by clicking on this icon, you can have another sheet here. And it's okay, sheet 4, sheet 5, and so on. The worksheet is organized into a rectangular grid containing vertical column and horizontal rows. And the intersection of each one, we call it cell. If I click on here, this is the active cell. That means you can add a number or the text on this part. Then on the column, this is the column heading. It's by A, B, C, D, E, F, and so on. And this is the row heading, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. On a text, you can add a number, a text. On this cell, you can add a number, text, or a formula. And if you want, you can also change the name of each sheet. It depends on what kind of a spreadsheet you're making. Now let's go ahead and do an exercise together. Click your mouse on the A1 to make it an active cell. Then in here, let's go ahead and type my personal budget. Just type my personal budget. Now, go ahead and click on cell B2. You can click or you can use the down arrow key. On the cell, make this one active. So on this cell, type B2, type January. Now, you have to type February on C2 and type March on D2 and so forth. But when you have an you want to type all this, you don't need to keep typing it. You can use the fill handle. Fill handle is this tiny dot on the bottom of your active cell. When you move your mouse to it, it gives you a plus sign. Then you can click, hold it, and drag it to where you want, and it's going to give you January, February, March, and so forth. If you have like the whole year, you can just drag that instead of typing it. That would save you more time. And on this cell E2, type total. Okay, now let's go ahead and select cell A3. So we are doing a personal budget. We want to find out how much for 3 months, how much we are spending and how much we make money and so forth. Make a spreadsheet for 3 months. So on this cell, type rent or mortgage or whatever you want to name it. Then on A4 you can type food. Then A5 type movies. And again, click on your down arrow key or click with your mouse on A6 and type car/insurance. Then click on the A7, type total. Okay. Now that we have our title, we are going to insert all the figure that we have. For rent, we are paying $850. Just type $850, no cents. Again, when we are doing a consecutive text or number or the same number, we can just use the fill handle to put that amount for each month by clicking on that tiny plus sign and drag it. So we are paying mortgage or rent $850 each month. For food, for the month of January, we spent $250. For February, we spent $200. And for March, we spent $300. For entertainment, we spent $50 for January, $60 for February, and $70 for March. Our car payment and insurance are the same for each month. So we are paying $245 for each month. Again, we have to put $245 on each cell for for February and March. But we don't need to do that. We are going to use the fill handle. And Excel going to input all these numbers. Okay, now we have our 3 months budget. Now we want to put the total for 3 months rent or mortgage. To do that, we have a different way to add these cells. And when you click on E3, you want to put the total here. So just click on this, and on the editing group, you click on this AutoSum, which is not going to give me because it's showing me that it's going to add all this together. We don't want that. So we have to type a formula. Always when you want to start a formula, you have to type equal sign first. Then equal sign, then we want to add B3 by clicking. Then we are going to add C3 plus D3. And you see each number is with different colors. Now, if you hit the enter key, it's going to put the total over there. Now, we want to do the same thing here. Again, we can put the equal sign by, and then click on each cell, plus 300. Then again, we're going to repeat the same steps. 50 plus 60 plus 70, and enter. Again here, equal sign, 245 B6 plus C6 plus D6. This is D and 6. And enter. Okay. Now we have the total for each month. Now we are going to add all the amount that we spent for January. So click on the total here. This time we are going to use this sign which says AutoSum. And when you look at it, it gives you the same the formula that I showed you before. Equal sign, the sum of 8 B3, which is this B3, to B6. And if you hit the enter key, we are going to have the total for January. So we do the same thing for each month, and enter. And again for March, and enter. Okay. Now that we have all these figures for 3 months, we can add, now we're going to format this spreadsheet to make it much presentable. And to do that, let's go to A1, to our title. Click and hold the mouse and drag it to E1. We want to center this title. We want to get rid of all this grid line. So we are going to merge and center. So just click on merge and center. As you see, we got rid of this grid line and we center the title. Now we can change the font size to whatever we want. Let's go with 26. We can change the font color and choose any color that you like. Okay, Then you can put a color in this box by clicking on Fill Color. Then choose a color for your background. There we go. Now this is much nicer and presentable than what we had before. Let's go ahead and click on A2 and drag it to E2. We do the same thing. We are going to change the font. This time we're going to change it to 16. We are going to change the font color. I'm going to choose red, and let's boldface this one. Okay. And we're going to add a color in the box. If I choose green, that would look very nice. As you can see here, January and February, the words are cut off. The reason is there is no more room for this letter, for this word. So to enlarge a cell, you have to go between two of your column heading. So we go between B and C. When you see this sign, click, hold, and drag it. And as you can see, the whole word of January, it appeared. Now we want to make this one bigger for February. And we can do the same thing for March and our total. There we go. Now we can see all the letters here. Let's go ahead and select rent, movie, food, and car payment. I'm going to put the same color. Let's make it red, bold, and the same green color. And I want to change the font in here. Now, when you look at this, now the movie is cut up. So we are going to make this column much bigger. So as you see, we made a spreadsheet for, we calculated our 3 months budget, and we also format our spreadsheet.